In this video, we will continue to practice solving non-right triangles using the law of sines and the law of cosines. Now, we will use the law of sines if we are given either angle, side, angle, 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 side, or heaven forbid, if we are given the dreaded side, side angle. The ambiguous case. The one that has, sometimes it'll have no solution, or it could be one solution, or it could have two solutions. So that takes double the work. We will use the law of cosines if we are given side, 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 or side, angle, side. So our first job is to decide which situation we are in. So here I'm noticing that we have two angles and a side. So that means it is either angle, side, angle, or angle, angle, side. It actually doesn't matter which one of those it is. Either way, it's going to be the law of sines, and it's not the ambiguous case. So we can just sketch a triangle. All right, so I'm just going to draw a sketch, and it doesn't really matter how you draw it. So here's triangle ABC. Okay, and we're told that angle C is 102.3. Sounds like a temperature. Angle B is 28.7. And side B is 27.4. Side B has to be across from angle B. So this is 27.4. So that leaves us needing side A and side C, and of course angle A. So let's make a list of what we need. So we need to find the measure of angle A, and we need to find side A, and we need to find side C. All right, the measure of angle A is easy because we are given 2 out of 3 angles, so all we have to do is subtract from 180. So 180 minus 102.3 minus 28.7. 49, wow, exactly 49. All right, now let's find side A. So I'm going to use the law of sines, like I said I would. And the law of sines goes like this. Whatever I'm looking for, I always put that in the top. So this is what the law of sines would look like. In fact, I'm just going to do it over here for a second. So I would have to do side A over the sine of angle A. All right. And that should equal, let's see, I'm noticing that we have both of these numbers. We have side B and angle B. We have both of those. So I'm going to use that. So this should equal side B over the sine of angle B. That's the law of sines working for you. Okay, now I'm going to do that again, filling in the numbers as I go. So I'm looking for side A, so I put that in the numerator. So I have side A over the sine of angle A. All right, and that's going to equal side B, 27.4, over the sine of angle B. Okay. So I can get A by itself if I simply multiply both sides by sine 49. All right, that way these will cancel each other out, leaving A by itself. Okay, so A is just equal to all this, so I can just put that in my calculator. 27.4 times sine of 49. Over the sine of 28.7. So 43.061. Okay, now I need to find side C, and I will do that in the exact same way. So I will say side C over the sine of angle C, which is 102.3, is equal to, and I'm just going to use the same fraction again that I used last time. So 27.4 over the sine of 28.7. All right, I'm just repeating the process the same. So again, to get C by itself, I will multiply both sides by sine 102.3. So these will cancel each other out. And that will leave C by itself. All right, so I'm just putting this in the calculator. So I've got 27.4 sine of 102.3 over sine 28.7. So that is 55.747. So that's it for number 49. For number 50, we are given side, side, side information. So that tells me to use the law of cosines. Okay, so for the law of cosines, I like to start off by writing the Pythagorean theorem. C squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. If it were a right triangle, this would be the end. But since it's not, I have to modify it with this, minus 2ab cosine c. These two always match. If I start with side c, I end with cosine of angle c. If I start with side b, I end with cosine of angle b. Anyway, let's substitute in everything that I have. So that's going to be 14 squared is equal to 8 squared plus 19 squared minus 2 times 8 times 19 cosine of angle C. To get cosine of C by itself, I first would subtract 8 squared and 19 squared from both sides. So that would leave me with 14 squared minus 8 squared minus 19 squared because I subtracted it. Okay, and that would equal negative 2 times the rest of it. I'm going to do like a couple more steps at once though. So I subtracted those, so pretend these are gone. So now I would have to divide by negative 2 times 8 times 19 to get cosine C by itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now because this is too complex to keep copying it over and over again. So negative 2 times 8 times 19, all right, so that will equal the cosine of C. But I don't want the cosine of C, I want the measure of angle C. To find the measure of angle C, I need to do the inverse cosine. So I actually need to do the inverse cosine of all of this, and if I do that, it will give me the measure of angle C. All right, which is what I'm actually looking for. So let's do that. So I need to do the inverse cosine, and I've got 14 squared minus 8 squared minus 19 squared over negative 2 times 8 times 19. All right, so that gives me the measure of angle C. Let me go ahead and get my list of answers ready. So I need to find all three angles. So I'm looking for the measure of angle A, the measure of angle B, and the measure of angle C. So I just found that the measure of angle C was 41.124. Got to round up. Okay, so this will be my answer box. So now I need to find, for example, the measure of angle B. So because I'm looking for the measure of angle B, I'm going to start off my equation with B squared. So I will have B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared. But then I'll have minus 2AC, and then the cosine of angle B. And angle B is what I'm looking for now. So B squared, so I have 19 squared is equal to 8 squared. Yeah. Plus C squared, which is 14. Okay, minus 2 times 8 times 14 times the cosine of B. So once again, to get cosine of B by itself, I need to subtract these two and then divide by this part. So that's going to be 19 squared minus 8 squared minus 14 squared, and then divided by negative 2 times 8 times 14. All right, if I do all that, that will equal cosine of angle B. But I don't want the cosine of angle B, I want angle B itself. So to find the measure of angle B, I need to do the inverse cosine of all of this. And that will give me the measure of angle B. All right, so that's what I'll do. So I will do the inverse cosine of 19 squared minus 8 squared minus 14 squared over negative 2 times 8 times 14. $116.801. All right, and that's the measure of angle B. I do not need to do the law of cosines again to find the measure of angle A, because I can just subtract from 180. Okay, hold on, it's too big. Because I have 2 out of 3 angles, so I can just go 180 minus 116.801 minus 41.124. So that leaves 22.075. And that's it for number 50. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Go ahead and click here in the red apple to watch the next video. Click in the green apple to subscribe, or click the yellow apple for the full playlist.